Well, it feels kind of ridiculous that I made this big declaration that I was cancer-free because I didn't understand what kind of CT scan I had. So I guess I had a chest CT angiogram, and my understanding was that that would show any cancer, any cancer in this case, but I was also looking for infection and stuff is the reason why I wanted to get it. But I was like, oh cool, well they're gonna do a chest CT. They should see like if there was any cancer in the bone or lung or breast, anywhere, right? But then when I spoke to Stanford, the medical oncologist, she's like, that doesn't tell you if you have cancer in your chest. You know, she wasn't rude in any way, but she was just very clear in her in stating that. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess it would have shown, I don't know, I feel like I'm guessing all the time. One thing that's just really making me totally crazy is that I feel like I've just like lost track of what I need to keep track of. There was a time someone was asking me how many biopsies you've had, and I couldn't even answer. And still I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was 2, but it might have been 3. No, it was 2. Like I only could remember 1, and it's understandable, of course, but it also feels like not acceptable because in a way, I mean, nobody's really looking out for me. And I mean, I don't know who should be looking out for me, but nobody is. And I was really hoping that the medical oncologist at Stanford would sort of be like my eyes and my ears, have the plan, know what was going to happen, and let me know like how things were going to proceed, have all the information she needs. She doesn't even have everything she needs from Dignity Health, which is my Grass Valley people, because she just said it's easier for me to get it and then send it to her than it is for their systems to communicate or for them to call. I don't know. I find it really frustrating how hard it is to be able to communicate between 2 medical offices, but I guess it's easier for Grass Valley Dignity Health to communicate with UCSF and Davis, but for some reason with Stanford it's not. So I feel like, I mean, I need to have all my information together, but it's not. I actually disassembled all of it a while ago because I needed to make copies of everything, and it had everything in chronological order, and I had everything like written on the first page of whatever the thing was, like what it was and the date, so it could just be like lymph node axilla biopsy 9/23/18. You know, that's not the right date, but like I did all that so that I didn't need to like sit there and decipher the whole thing, and I could just flip through in date order. And now I just really feel like I've lost track. So the other thing is that okay, my car says it's 101 degrees right now, which is like miserably hot in my opinion, and I can't tell if I'm like down to 1 platelet and that's why I feel so, I mean, I feel like hung over and so tired, like almost like I could pass out. I thought it was because I didn't eat. Well, then I did eat and it hasn't really gone away, but I feel like this heat just exacerbates any problem that there might be. But I went to the cardiologist and they called it a stress test, I guess. And say that 3 times fast. And I had to go, they had like, how many little probes on me? Probably 12. And then they had like the cords, I had to go on the treadmill, and they had to get my heart rate up to a certain level. And that was fine. I don't know how long I was doing that for, but I had to turn that down. Yeah. But they got my heart rate up, and